Welcome to a Farmer's Breakfast Show here from County 034. Hey, Diana.
Yes.
Hey, umeleta kwa studio mapema.
Utawezana kweli?
Welcome, this is your host Noah Nasiali Kadiba, and today I'm joined by the Shajara ya Mkulima host.
Diana Mudega.
Diana Mudega.
Yes.
And today we want to talk about money. Money.
It's always about money, by the way.
Everything is about money.
It's always about money.
Tuzidanganyane.
Let's talk there. Like, it's always about money.
Yes.
Be it going to the market.
Yes.
How many steps are you going there? Like,
how many steps? So it's about numbers. The game of numbers.
Yeah.
The world is about numbers.
Numbers.
Brilliant. So tell us, remember to follow us on our Farmers Media, Farmers on Facebook. I know now you're already on Facebook. Now you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Farmers Media, and make sure you keep it locked. Today we want to discuss about money, but I'm going to talk about something. Diana, I'm going to tell you guys how I made my first 100,000
I'm waiting
shillings.
to hear your story.
How I made my first 100,000 shillings from farming. But before that, definitely we have some things that we would like to share with you, definitely. How you can continue keeping safe. Diana, umepigwa chanjo?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine. So if you have not been vaccinated, there are reasons why you should be vaccinated. We will be talking about that courtesy of Producers Direct later on as the show progresses. What we want to ask you and continue urging you is that this remained and remains our universal flag until things come back to normal. We've seen at least there's a very positive feedback. We have seen yesterday we had 0.6% increment in the number of infections, and we're seeing that going down. But still, we want to keep safe, and we urge you, as a farmer, as somebody who's listening to us and watching us, to keep safe, vaccinate, because we want to reduce any infection. Now, Diana.
Yes.
You know, there was something that happened to me. Kabla hata tuende traffic. There's something that happened to me some time back. Nilikuwa nimetoa biringanya.
Yes.
The first time I had harvested biringanya, I think it was like 500 kilos.
500 kilos.
500 kilos.
How much was going per kilo by then?
Wacha. Unaongea mambo ya pesa haraka bana. No, relax. So when I harvested,
yes.
I was taking them to City Park Market. So I left the farm at around 8. I went home. I left the house at around 4:30.
Yes.
No, I woke up at 4:30. Then I said...
That is 4:30 a.m.
a.m.
Farmers take note.
Yes.
You're not going to wake up at 8
No.
and expect to be like competing with the same farmer.
It's
this farmer is
impossible.
waking up at 4:30.
Yes.
You are waking up at 7.
I woke
There's
up
a
at 4.
very big difference.
Niliwake up at 4.
Yeah.
Yes. And then... what happened is I realized that I told myself, apana, it's too early. Nikarudi kidogo. Nikaamka 5:30. That was the beginning of my misery for the day. Nikafika pale City Park, Parklands. There's normally near Acre. There's normally some cops there.
Yeah.
So Mukono, they told me, weka gari kando. So I told them, I'm just going to the market here. You know, they no. Weka gari kando. Put the car on the side. What we want to hear is we want to check your car. Why is your car like this and like this? They kept me there for 30 minutes.
What time was that?
That was around 7 o'clock.
Now it is. Now they kept you till 7:30.
7:30. Now 7:30, my customers are calling. Battery imeisha, simu. I'm wondering what to do. I reached the market. I was told, easy, we can only sell at throwaway price because the people who normally come to buy have already gone.
Like, and even they're helping you. Wanakusaidia tu usirudi nazo kwa nyumba.
But you see, the thing is this, I asked myself very many questions, and one of the questions was, what happens if you don't have a means of transport to the market? You know, and that's one of the things that we will be discussing today, how you can transform your farm into a business and make sure that you can be able to go around any problem that you come in. Because if I had actually gone a bit earlier to the market,
yes, which is your fault,
yes,
that you woke up and then
I blame my uzingizi.
When it comes to going to the market days, you make sure that even by 3, I know people wake up as early as 3.
But then I used to go to the market at 3. I still go sometimes.
So you if you wake up at 4,
Yes.
already traffic is piling up if in the city. So you like 5 between 4 and 5 you can just go freely like
Yes.
nafika kwa market, no problem. But the moment it is 6, then you have to deal with the traffic, you have to deal with the police,
In fact,
and then they're telling you like let's check unajua anakwambia it is a normal procedure. Normal procedure, but you're parked there, so unaona gari zingine zinakuja and then
it's like the new wakulima wako na kitu asubuhi. So on that, let us go to the traffic update. Our traffic update, we are actually seeing quite a lot of traffic. There's somebody who was actually saying Nairobi is tricky. Nairobi, this Nairobi of ours. This Nairobi is the jam-packed. Heavy traffic in Nairobi all through. We are seeing Ngong Road traffic, as well as we are seeing even at Rivers traffic.
But it's true, maybe because of the construction of the roads. So yeah, probably.
Yes. There's actually an accident on Mombasa Road near the what is it called, the Haile Selassie Avenue Bridge. There's a traffic there. We are seeing Thika Road traffic has been crazy lately. All these vehicles, it's crazy, both service and highway coming into town. We are seeing even my Mahiu has traffic. I was normal, but we don't have accident in my Mahiu. It was tricky. Now Juja Road is a mess this morning. We are seeing here, courtesy of Mathri route. There's a guy who actually saying that kwani hizi gari za Kayole ubeba excess hadi Tao zote, all of them traffic. I don't know why they did this. Ngong Road kameshikana sana, too much traffic on Ngong Road. Interesting here, very interesting here. Now, if you are watching us, let us know where you're watching us from. Let us know if there is any traffic incidences. I've seen some traffic accident on Mombasa Road. Let us know if you are on Mombasa Road. Share that. We saw some very interesting thing by a friend of mine called Jamal Gaddafi, who was actually saying that if always close your car windows and doors when stuck in traffic to stay safe from attacks from highway robbers and incidents of robbery with violence.
By the it is very normal.
Yes.
Like you think there was the guy. They were just in traffic,
yes.
And then someone told him, like, the woman was asking for direction. So he lowered the window, like the woman was asking for direction. Can I go there? But the woman had another man. Now they were taking the laptop. By the time the man is giving the woman direction,
yes.
Women are, you see, and then the gender, so the man was like, and by the time he was turning, the laptop was not there, the bag was not there. Now he knew when he was explaining.
So you're saying that women have become now craftier.
Very craftier. So if you think you're helping, be
yes.
careful when you're helping. Because she was just, the man was helping, giving the direction. But
yes.
at the same time, someone was giving direction to the laptop, to the bag of his car. So be very careful. Be very vigilant.
Very, very careful. Yes. So if you're watching us, let us know where you're watching us from. Tell us what you have done to transform your farm into a business. We'll be getting into that discussion. Later on, we'll also discuss something about African and food processing. What can we do to make sure that it's helpful? But before we get into that, we have to take care of our health.
Yes,
we have to take care of your
important.
health. And most importantly, you have to take about your mental health. And why this is because that is what helps you relax and even do anything. Whatever good thing you have, whatever any experience that you want to get into, any business you want to get into, if your state of mind is not at a relaxed state, you will not achieve so much. And Diana, farmers and mental health have never been put together.
And they're like this.
We are intertwined. Mental health and farmers.
I think people tend to think that those people who are just, we tend to think that men
yes.
in love mostly are the one with mental health or married or married people.
Why did you say men in love?
Because the demands have become too much.
Yes.
The women have become too demanding. There was someone who was saying that you'll think dating those people with cars, women with cars, you have reached there.
Yes.
But those are the worst.
Nasikia hapo jo matata. Lakini unijuaje?
I don't have a car. I'm safe, by the way. I don't have a car, so if you hear women with cars, I don't have one.
Very interesting. So again, this is a Farmers Media, the hottest breakfast show talking to the farming world right here in Africa. And what we are discussing today is how to transform your farm into a business. We'll be getting into that. I have some goodies. We have some caps that you can be able to wear, courtesy of Omnia, Omnia Fertilizer, Omnia East Africa. Remember to follow their Facebook page and get to learn much more about that. We'll be talking about that, how you can wear some of these, how you can actually win some of these goodies. Remember to connect, learn, and grow right here on FMers Media. And we want to get into the discussion right now. And how much do you think a farmer should make from an acre?
Which type of crop are we talking about here?
Any crop.
Around, is 200,000 too much?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think you should be making around 200,000.
200,000 per acre?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Let us know if you are watching us. Let us know how much a farmer should be able to make. We will be sending out a poll during the break. Kindly let us know how much should a farmer make from 1 acre. Whatever crop they're growing, what is the ideal? Because at the end of the day, you cannot transform your farm into a business if you're not making money.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll be talking about 27 things. No, sorry, only 8. 8 things of how you can be able to transform your farm into a business. And it's something that is really possible.
Very, very possible.
Yes.
If you focus and then put your energy on it, and then make this your love.
Exactly.
If you are making something your love, then you'll not even struggle to do it. Actually, you'll be enjoying.
Anyway, yes.
Ugumu inatokea wapi?
Fantastic. We will be talking about that. We'll be jumping into that. And I know why I'm saying ngumu kidogo is because sometimes we as farmers are told you need to have the passion. But you need to have the passion plus the skills plus the everything else.
Everything
plus
is
resilience,
intertwined, eh?
plus stress management skills. So we will be talking about what are these specific skills that you need to transform your farm into a business. Later on today, I'll be talking at one of the, I'll be having a public engagement and actually discussing with young people how they can be able to use the skills that they have to be able to make money. And we'll be sending out that later on. So, Diana.
Yes.
Kabla tuende huko. Tell us weather. We are bringing you a weather update right now, at least 6 or 7 counties, and I'm seeing Marsabit is there, and we will be going to Marsabit later today on the food to Marsabit.
Kawaida Marsabit is very, very sunny. The maximum temperature will be 20 degrees Celsius, but the lowest will be 17, so it will be still very hot. And then in Nyeri, the temperature will be ranging from 13 to 28. That's a bit medium. And then in Nakuru, temperature minimum will be 14 degrees and then maximum will be 29. So it's a bit regulated, but again, I think it will be a bit cloudy, sunny. Here in Nairobi, it will be 16 to 28 degrees. So our temperature a bit regulated. I don't know about Kitengela, by the way.
Kitengela is hot and dusty.
And then we go to Mombasa. Mombasa is 24 to 32, like they are hot. They are literally burning.
Yes.
24 degrees to 32, like there it is just hot. There's no compromise. Kisumu it's a bit regulated 18. The minimum will be 18 degrees and then the maximum will be 29. So I think Kisumu, Nyeri, and I think Nakuru, it's a bit regulated. But Marsabit, it is hot. Mombasa, it's very hot. It's literally burning.
You know.
Yeah, so there's no sign of rain any today. So you can just carry your umbrella just in case, because it's very hot out there. Because I don't think there's anywhere where there's a bit cloudy that it is likely to rain today. So.
No, it's hot and hot and hot.
Yeah.
Before we go for a short break, we will be talking, again, the topic for today is transforming your farm into a business. But not just everything. We just want to talk about some specific skills and what you can do. Because we know that you can grow tomatoes, the best tomatoes. We know, we are sure.
The best variety.
We will, I know.
We know, farmers know.
Yes, they know.
But how do you transform this tomatoes?
Good tomato into money.
Into money.
Yes.
Growing is okay.
Yes.
But how do you, where is that market? Where is the demand? What is that area that you charge?
Kabla hata tuende kwa market.
Nikuja pole pole.
Kuja pole pole. Kuja pole pole. Kuja pole pole. So we are going to a short break. When we come back, we will touch on money. How to transform your farm into a business? What are these skills? What can you do? Is it registering your business? And remember, if you register your business, which kind of business are you registering? If it's a partnership, is partnership the best way? Some of the basic skills. Do you have a marketing strategy? Do you know your audience? Do you know your target market? How you can be able to do this. We are going into a short break. This is a Farmer's Hot Breakfast Show.
Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Welcome back to a Farmer's Hot Breakfast Show right here from County 034. And this is your host, Noah Nasiali Kadima. And today I am joined by...
It's Joiny. Is it the Joito?
I think?
Jointy.
The
one who joins you. Okay, I'm there, guys.
Hello, actually. I'm Jointy. She's joining me, my joinee. Good, interesting. Welcome back. This is the Farmer's Hot Breakfast Show, and we are discussing how you can turn your passion, your farming, the love that what you love doing with your farm, your kitchen garden, how you can transform that into a livelihood, into something that can be able to pay. And we'll discuss a few things that we'll discuss about that. But before we discuss that, we want to make sure that you as a farmer, whatever you do on your farm is always safe. And a message from UNIDO through Market Access Upgrade Program Markup is to actually make sure that you as a farmer, whatever you use on your farm is safe. The pesticide that you use is safe, are all safe. The fungicides are safe, so that you can be able to grow safe and healthy food for your market, for yourself, for your family, and whoever consumes your produce. Number one, by doing that, is one of the ways that you can actually be able to save the cost and reduce your production cost. So that is a message brought to you by Market Access Upgrade Program Markup under UNIDO. Thank you very much for always making sure that you observe a few of these things to make sure. So before we get into the message, we have some newspaper updates that we'd like to share. Interesting today. The discussion going on today is very interesting about money. Diana is saying everything is about money. So just a recap of some of the headlines we are seeing in the Standard newspaper. We are seeing a lot of politics going on. Very interesting politics.
Yeah, they said now it's open.
It's open.
Now the people resigned, those who are in head offices, so they resigned.
Yes.
So it's no longer like munipigie kura chini chini. No. Now you go there, you have resigned. People know you have resigned. There's no going back.
But you know,
ukifika kwa ground watu wamekukataa but umeresign hiyo job yako.
Umetoka. Kuna wengine wali play safe. Kama Minister of Agriculture play safe.
Yeah.
So some of the headlines coming through is actually very interesting. That there was that forgotten miner, the guy in it was called Tom Okwach, the guy who the mines went down in Nyanza. Then another thing is that apart from the politics, we are seeing yesterday there was very interesting color red all over. Something else very interesting.
Where? Did you see?
I'm seeing. Yeah.
No, you're seeing in the newspaper. Did you see when you're interacting in your daily?
No.
Okay.
No. It is red here. There's red. Red is normal. For us, red is normal. And then, so it says, the headline actually says, will rivalries in Nyanza make or break for Raila presidential run? And then something very interesting was COVID-19 bad for business, as businesses rake in billions in profits. Again, something else is that they just a recap of the aftermath of Mutarakwa, the LPG truck explosion. We pray for those who are affected. And then something very interesting, churches are full of women. Where are the men? Very interesting. That is the Standard. Going very quickly. I know Diana is very passionate. She wants to talk there.
Okay, no.
Let's just...
No.
Okay, interesting. I wonder how people keep on stealing money. You know, you find and say a probe on 560 million diverted City Hall staff cash begins. Any pesa 560
And where do
million.
this investigation go? Have they ever done an investigation? Kuna sakata ya NYS, kuna sakata ya nini, alafu probes zinaanza. Have they come out and say kuliendaje?
That's, you see, these guys run to politics. But anyway, moving on very quickly, we have a very interesting thing that you see, like Algeria, the ex-energy minister gets 20 years jail term for graft, for corruption. 20 years.
20 years.
Okay.
Hapata remember inakuanga Friday.
Kesi takes 20 years. Another one very interesting is this man who walked for 488 kilometers in search for ICU bed ends in death. He went around and around, not walking, sorry. He went around looking for, and he did not get all the way from Tana River.
And then we asked how our leaders helping us when it comes to our health issues, be it farming issues.
But you see, we also need to, let me just whisper, we also need to ask ourselves, do we have leaders or do we have politicians?
We have politicians.
Yes, so there's a very big difference between that.
And we will continue electing politicians in the name of we don't want good guys.
Yes,
they'll go
exactly.
bad. So
yes,
I think we are making the wrong decision, and then we are paying for it later, and then we are coming then to complain.
Yes.
When we in the first place made the decision, when you elected that leader, you elected a politician. You didn't elect a leader who will lead you. You elected someone who is going just there to make noise, to make policies.
So not policy, politics. Very interesting. We are moving very quickly. We are actually on africanfarming.net, which is actually giving us some African news in terms of newspapers. We are seeing in terms of livestock, Uganda has actually, it aims to boost trade in meat and dairy. Very interesting. Borrowing, actually what it does, it wants to reduce its borrowing by actually boosting the export so that they can be able to have money back. Uganda has very good meat, very good beef.
I think it is,
you know, those long horns, yes, those long horns.
Hiyo ni tayari, hiyo unajua ni supu inatengenezwa kutoka kwa pembe. No, I'm saying the truth. I don't know why you want to dispute that.
Unakuja tu kutuletea njaa asubuhi. And then there's something else here in terms of livestock again. There are different strategies that are actually being put out there, but we see Lake Harvest Group, an integrated aquaculture company from Africa, will receive $7 million investment from aquaculture. Very interesting. Aquaculture.
That's a boost in farming.
Oh, fantastic. Aquaculture, yes. Fish farming is huge, coming up huge. Then again, another one, Benin is actually going to get 10.2 million shillings for exporting from the USAID, and actually it is actually for exporting organic crops.
Organic crops.
Organic.
And you're promoting all this organic.
Fantastic. And the World Bank also releases a review on Mauritius sugarcane. Mauritius has one of the best sugarcane varieties, but also the breast content is super. Again, a policy guide to Africa food systems transformation is actually being done. We remember there's the Malabo Metropolitan panel that actually set this out in terms of the concern of food security and improved nutrition in Africa. Remember, nutrition and food and farming you cannot separate the two. So we can, as much as we want to talk about how to grow the best crops, we have to make sure that you're growing also the safe foods, because nutritious means safe and healthy.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Mental awareness. Mental wellness.
Mental wellness.
Yeah.
Even physical wellness. We employ even physical wellness.
Very important.
Very interesting. We also have technology news, which I think we will be getting it at 1 o'clock with Brian Wenda. Thank you. So now we jump into money. How to make money from your farm. But first of all, I want to tell you guys how not to make money from your farm.
How not to make money on your farm. First, wake up at 8.
Yes. How not to make money from your farm, Diana. Just try and wake up at 8.
Even 7. Just wake up at 7.
Even 6.
They say a farmer who does not work under the rain or under the sun will have nothing to harvest when it comes to the end of the season.
Again, that's fantastic. Actually, what we'll talk about briefly is how not to make money from your farm. And there are many ways of how not to make money. Number one, you don't do a soil test. You will not make money from your farm.
You continue just using those fertilizers again and again. You have not tested your soil.
That is cost of production just increasing, and you don't know why. Sometimes it's even you wonder why is my cost increasing, and
the
yet
output is very
low. The crops are not doing well. You know, that's already a big challenge that farmers are not understanding. So one of the ways that you can definitely not make money from your farm is if you don't test your soil.
Very important that you should make sure that you know what percentage does my soil contain each and every nutrient when it comes to each crop. Like you have been growing maize over and over again. You used the last year, you used around 1 bag. Now you're increasing because the yields were not good. So you thought maybe you didn't use enough fertilizer. So you increased fertilizer. Unaongeza. So unaona like unapata by the time unapata unaanza kutumia even more and more,
yes,
but the yields are still down.
Yes.
So do you know the pH of your soil?
Yes.
Are you
very
aware
important,
of it?
Very important. pH, the nutrients available, what are the quantities of the nutrients that are
Water
available?
retaining.
Yes.
Do you know,
exactly,
as a farmer, do you know those the qualities of a good soil? Are you aware that maybe you're doing the wrong thing, thinking you are doing the right thing, simply because you don't know that it was very important for you to test your soil?
You're doing the wrong thing in the right time.
No. Maybe the right thing, the wrong time?
Yes.
Wrong thing, right?
You know, one of the things that I said is that even the choice of crops that you grow is very important. The choice of crops you grow is absolutely important, because it also determines, you know, yesterday I was talking to a farmer and a newbie, somebody who wants to start farming, and they told me that they were supposed to grow, I've even forgotten, some very funny thing, huh? And I've never even had that. I've seen it in movies.
Have they seen anywhere growing that thing? Or they want to test for the first time?
Somebody told them it's good. It has market.
Someone told them.
Yes. So
the first thing, rumors. Keep away from them. Like, hii kitu inaweza fanya vizuri kwa shamba yako. Keep away.
Don't do
Make
that
sure you don't know how that thing, the requirement of that particular plant.
Yes.
Inataka pH ya ngapi?
Yes.
Inataka maji mengi.
Yes.
Mtu amekwambia to that thing will do well.
Exactly.
People have really failed listening to others when it comes to opinion. Everyone has an opinion, so make sure that you be very wise when someone tells you melon kwako itafanya poa by the way.
I was told if you have 40,000 shillings, we can help you turn it into 400,000.
Who doesn't want money?
Growing watermelon.
Yeah.
Mimi ndani hapo. Hey.
You invested
hata hiyo 40 ikurudi. Acha 40. Hata ile 10,000 shillings ya mbegu ya watermelon haikurudi.
By the way, watermelon it's the seeds are very expensive.
Not even expensive. Taking care of watermelon 1 acre is hell. Is expensive, and then you're competing with farmers from Lamu, from Uganda,
and even
from
you don't know that what time there's a lady who was telling us that when you grow tomatoes around June, July,
yes,
there are those tomatoes that come from Tanzania.
Yes.
So
even Tanzania, even onions.
You are comfortable, yes, farming. Alafu zina ripe the same age zile za Tanzania zinafika. Same time umevuna, alafu hiyo ndio time mahindi kutoka Uganda inakuja.
Inaingia kama
yes,
Congo.
The yields are good, your maize does not have any problem, but again, what is the timing?
You know,
imefanya vizuri lakini
the thing is and I don't blame farmers, but sometimes I tend to blame ourselves, because we want to farm in an island. We want to do things in an island. You know, so one of the things that you can also avoid as a farmer is doing things alone. Talk to people, talk to experts.
Walk around,
visit
see
farmers.
What your friends are doing.
Yes.
It's not wrong. I'm planting maize.
Yes.
Make sure you visit around. Don't be an island that
yes.
Now you're just
no
there,
man is an island, no man stand alone. Now the next thing is also make sure that we are actually making sure that you are doing something very important. Number one, when you say we're doing something important, is when you transform your passion into a business. It actually does not mean that you should now remove your passion. No, you need to love what you're doing. You need to put energy into what you're doing. And remember, you cannot put energy into what you're doing if you don't love what you're doing.
Very important.
Very important for you to be able to do this. I'll tell you that from experience. If you don't enjoy what you do,
or you are doing it because you are interested. Again, when it comes to money, now it's just money oriented. Now you're just pumping their money. You don't even care about the crops.
Exactly.
You're just pumping their money because
yes,
you want more money.
Yes.
So you find this
succeed.
farmer will not succeed because he has just focused on money, forgetting that these plants need care.
Yes.
These plants, as a farmer, as much as we are fond farmers,
yes.
imepigwa dawa. No. Make sure at a particular time you visit the farm, those abrupt visits, then you'll be surprised.
It is your investment. Go
it
there.
It is your investment. So
yes.
make sure you go there to the farm.
Yes.
Angalia watu wanafanya nini. Utapata hata pesa ulituma shamba ipaliliwe, it has nothing. Hakuna kitu imepanda.
Wacha ati kupaliliwa. Hata jamaa wa shamba hayuko. Huyo jamaa wa shamba yuko.
Yeah, so make farmers,
Yes.
make sure if you're a phone farmer, make sure you make those abrupt visits. This is your investment.
Yes, it's
so
your money. Yeah.
It is your money. Your life depends there. So make sure you make those abrupt visit. Uone kweli kama huyo mtu mwenye ako kwa shamba ama ako kwa shamba.
Yes, ama yuko kwa shamba ya jirani.
So,
kama madawa yako, if you whatever you're actually sending, are they being used on your farm or not? So being on your farm is very important. Being on your farm physically is paramount. It's very important. I learned that the hard way. The day I called some guys, the guys who are at the farm, and then the guy sounded very tired. And it was around 6:30 in the morning. So I assumed he's just waking up. So I called him back around 7. The guy was even sounded more tired. So I said, no, there must be something that is not happening right. So what did I do? I said, let me go to the farm. So when I called him around 8 before I reached the farm, the guy said that he's feeling very sick, he's not feeling well, so what he would request is just to rest a bit. So I reached the farm, but he told me everything is going on, the work is going on, watering.
The workers are okay,
everything is fine.
The grips have been open, it's
so,
okay.
So when I reached the farm, I asked myself, how come I'm not seeing people on the farm? So I called him when I'm at the farm. And he says, hata nimeamka niko sawa kabisa, tunaendelea na kazi vizuri kabisa.
Yeah, wanaendelea na kazi kwa shamba gani?
Kabisa.
So this person doesn't know you are there.
No, he didn't know. I didn't tell them I'm going. So when I reach, I'm seeing some 2 guys just walking around, and they don't even stay there, they don't work there. So I'm wondering, I'm asking, what is happening? And they're like, oh, they're harvesting something. They were told to come and harvest and take them to the market. I'm like, by who? Because at that time, I'm the only one who used to have to harvest, as in to pack and take to the market. And these guys, and so I call the manager and they tell me, oh, the guy is sleeping, he's not feeling well. So when I go to his room, I knock, and the guy sounds extremely tired. They're like, oh. So I'm like, hey, so the door was open. So I open the door, and the guy, I meet some funny smell. Not funny, it was nice smell. Some very interesting smell.
Are you saying aroma from cooking?
Not aroma. Now aroma we are pushing it. Some funny smell. It was not stinky. It was a funny smell of alcohol.
Yeah.
Alcohol at 9:30 in the morning.
This guy's in the farm. If you are in Nairobi now, you know he's farming.
He's working very well.
He's working even.
Yes. I've already sent money for fuel in the morning, and they've already got. But this fuel is not there. The machine has not even been taken to the river to
But
pump.
you're in Nairobi, the work is going.
So
and hata utapigiwa picha, by the way, jioni utumiwe.
Wanapigia jirani. Wanapiga ni kama bench 3-4. Yes. When you
the
say
one
that,
that they have worked on.
and sometimes they say the network is not good.
Utakutumia picha
They'll
boss
send
kesho.
me tomorrow. So that's why they remember very interestingly. So one of the things that you need to make sure is that you are present. Be present on your farm. Please be present on your farm. You will remember me.
They will thank you.
You will thank
you.
me. You will
Yes.
thank me, and don't forget me when you're famous. Transforming your farm into a business is what we're discussing today, and we're discussing the flip side: what to do, what to do to not to make money. So one we started with testing your soil. If you don't test your soil, you cannot make money from a farm, because you don't understand what the farm is all about, what you have, what can grow well, what are the yields capacity that you can be able to grow. And once you've tested your soil, we've realized that when you start farming, make sure that you are doing what? You are present. You're not an absentee landlord.
Yes, don't just spam their money without going there. This is investment, so make sure once in a while you make those abrupt visits.
Yes,
abrupt.
yes.
I've said abrupt. So
Yeah.
don't call them that I'm coming. They will make everything right. So just make sure you drop by the farm, and then you'll realize that even those the pesticide you sent, they are
Yes.
clean, still in the box.
Some of them have sold them.
Okay,
What
actually
they do
they
is
sell.
that they sell and leave the empty ones.
Yeah, so they sell. So
Yes.
make sure that you go there. Sometimes when it is spraying, make sure you are there.
Actually, the time that you need to be there as a farmer, let me just stress on that, is the days that the spraying is being done, the day fertilizer is being put,
Applied on.
yes,
Yeah.
and probably even watering. So you can make sure that the day that you're there is the day that watering is being done, fertilizer is being applied, and probably even the spraying is actually being done, so that you know it is being done. But don't just be there when it is being done. No, get to know why you're doing it and how it is being done.
Now it comes down to how good is your relationship with that person who is there in the farm down there. So when
tricky.
okay, mkizoeana nayo ni vibaya, na pia mkikuwa distance ni vibaya.
Yes, but now you see, then you as a farmer need to give instructions.
Yes.
Because you need to say, okay, it is like this and like this. This is the measurement. Wear your gloves. We'll be sharing some images from UNIDO in terms of how you can be able to take care of yourself, take care of the people working in the farm. Basic things. But remember, first of all, the next point is actually sponsored by Omnia Fertilizers, and I have some goodies.
And you also have the Kelp ones, huh?
Yes, we have the Kelps.
You have the Kelp for those who don't like these ones, huh?
This one is nice. I like this ones because you can wear it on the farm.
You.
So we'll be telling you later on in the mid-morning show with Zaituni Ali. We'll be telling you how you can win with Omnia fertilizer. So the next point, again, as I mentioned, is actually know what your soil is. You've tested your soil, labda umeanza hata kupanda tayari, ama labda ulikuwa umeshaanza kupanda tayari, but now you need to find out exactly what nutrients are available in the soil. And those nutrients are what now we want to discuss about 3 particular products that can be able to help you as a farmer all the way. The products coming to us courtesy of Omnia Fertilizers. Na kuna kitu inaitwa Rhizoveta. Tuende kwa class sasa. Remember we're discussing how not to make money. So how not to make money is testing your soil.
Not testing your soil?
Not testing your soil, not being on your farm regularly, and not knowing what products on the farm.
Yeah.
But I want to tell you how you can be able to make quick money. Pesa haraka. Pesa ile
unasema kesho ukianza leo kesho ama jioni ama saa 6 hivi itakuwa tayari.
Hiyo inaitwa pupa. Inaitwa pupa.
No, you have said the quick money. So how quick is quick?
Quick money. 1 to 3. Use Rhizoveta. Rhizoveta enables your crop to develop more roots. The more the roots your crop has,
the more stable it is.
The more food it can eat.
Yes.
And you see it has the foundation is strong, it can withstand. You see sometimes you get maize kuja upepo inapiga inalala.
I tell you, Tanzania farmers have this sweetness. Like
exactly.
Yeah, because
but if the root formation is strong. Uko ndani.
And also when it comes to that root formation.
Yes.
Ni kama tu mtoto mwenye amenona.
Yes.
Huyo anakula vizuri. Huwezi ona mtoto
amenona.
No, sio mtoto shwari. Ama ni mtoto?
Mimi mtoto wa mama yangu.
So make sure the foundation is very important.
Yes.
Now foundation and the roots.
How
much is your root? Like tell them again that the length of the root should be directly proportional.
Yes. To the width of the plant.
Good.
So if your plant is not growing, just know your root formation is limited.
Yani ukikuwa na plant
yenye
juu imetoka kiasi hii.
Yes.
Chini pia
inatakana ikuwe hivyo.
Inatakana ikuwe the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, so sio ati sasa plant yako ni refu hivi, halafu roots sasa ni hizi, like your plant should not be like this, Mike. Ani ni refu lakini sasa roots ziko
root formation is low, so that's why you need Rhizoveta.
Rhizoveta
activates. Yes, you can actually
make sure that roots zimekuwa activated.
Yeah, exactly.
And then zina spread and
it's
then
like they motivate. Pia si tunataka motivation. Even so the roots it's like motivated to be able to develop more roots, and because of that then feeding becomes easy, water transport, everything in terms of photosynthesis and all that actually is uptaken very, very, very quickly. So that is Rhizoveta, your roots. You can apply it when you're planting, or in this, in actually in the planting holes as you do this. The second thing that is like a miracle is called K-Humet.
K-Humet.
K-Humet. I wish ningekuwa na hizi vitu kwa studio hapa. Lakini anyway, so K-Humet, what it does, it helps condition the soil. It helps condition the soil in a very interesting way. You condition the soil so that the nutrients can be able to be taken up. So it breaks down all the macronutrients, like phosphorus especially. It helps break it down so that the rest of the nutrients that are taken are not blocked by phosphorus. Phosphorus is a heavy nutrient, and it can actually go to the roots because that's when it's needed. But it's a slow release. So if that goes fast, it blocks some of the other nutrients, magnesium, zinc, and the rest from being taken up by the plant.
So a good example,
Yes.
the KU mete, we can use a human example.
Yes.
Ukienda pale kwa kinyozi ufanyiwe ile massage. Unaona ukipitisha mkono yako kwa nywele it is
Hapana,
easy.
zile tufanyiwanga conditioning ni nyinyi.
No, actually men spend a lot in salon. Let's not go there because I win. So every time like this KU mate we put on soil there,
Yes.
like hiyo inakuwa rahisi sana, hizo roots zinaweza kuspread faster because imefanya hiyo condition soil in such a way.
Yes.
Hizo roots they don't find it like haipati ukuta wakati inaenda chini.
Exactly. It doesn't have a hard pan.
Yeah.
Unajua
It breaks the
anaisema
pan.
na Kiswahili, mimi naisema na Kizungu. Shajara ya mkulima later on today. So that's something very important. So K-humate is paramount. Then the next one is something called, in fact for human beings it could be now the stress manager. Diana, let me tell you, do you know that plants get stressed
A lot.
more than human beings?
Yes. And how do plants get stressed?
Yes.
Maybe the farmer should be aware that
Yes.
the hard condition make the plant stressed.
Yes.
Hard conditions are like drought, excess water. So you find that this plant is stressed. So as a human, as plants, okay,
Yes.
just like humans, they can't withstand. Kuna ile uptake yenye it's supposed to take.
Yes.
So if you take excess, the body cannot hold it. Like
Exactly.
if you eat 40
Yes.
eggs, you need eggs, but if you eat 40, now it will be too much.
In fact, we can the watoto wangu wakaniambia daddy we want mayai pasua and smoky pasua. Walikula mayai mpaka nilikuwa naangalia zile za Allah. Yes. So that is very important. So make sure that actually Rhizoveta and K-humate are very a product that you have on your farm constantly. We will be telling you later on how you can be able to get that. And remember, we will be having some questions later. If you can remember what it is, you get a prize. Nice. So the last product that we want to talk about from Omnia Fertilizers is Mega Kelp P. So plants get stressed for anything. Too much water stresses a plant.
Yes.
Very little water or no water stresses
Too much
a plant.
heat.
Too much heat.
No heat.
Too much cold stresses the plant. I will not go into so much about Mega Kelp P. Just go to Omnia Fertilizers, follow the page, and actually make sure that you get these products. These three particular products. We'll be going on to a short break. And when we come back, we talk about money and more money. Financial skills that you require or marketing skills that you require for you to transform your farm into a business. This is a Farmer's Hot Breakfast Show.
Beetroot is a highly nutritious root vegetable. The beetroot is the top proportion of a beet plant. It is one of the many varieties of the genus Beta vulgaris, all of which are mostly grown for their edible taproots and leaves. Beetroot is a root crop that takes approximately 3 to 4 months to mature. Beetroot is a fairly easy crop to grow as long as the soil is well cultivated prior to planting. Beetroots do not enjoy wet, boggy or shady soils. Beetroot can be sown in trays and transplanted when the seedlings have 2 true leaves. Plant in full sun, space seedlings 10 to 15 centimeters apart, and rows 20 centimeters to 30 centimeters apart so they have room to grow. Beetroots are also ideal for containers or raised beds. Beetroots will happily thrive in small areas as long as there is at least 20 centimeters depth of soil. Beetroot has been used not only for food but also for treatment for numerous conditions. Agriculture is the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. Agriculture provides most of the world's food and fabrics. It is not only a source of food and income, but also creates employment opportunities for many people in the world. Over 1 billion people worldwide work in agriculture, generating 2.4 trillion for the global economy. The global impact of farming on the environment is revealed that 40% of the Earth's land is now given over to agriculture. Agricultural development is one of the most powerful tools to end extreme poverty, boost shared prosperity, and feed a projected 9.7 billion people by 2050. And we, the Our Farmers Media, roll the carpet for you as we welcome you to our thrilling farm visits to different farmers that educate and inspire you in different sectors in agriculture. Catch us also on our shows on all our social media platforms as we bring you educative and informative information that will help you learn and guide you on your agriculture journey to success. Our farmers attain knowledge and grow profits.
Welcome back once again to a Farmer's Hot Breakfast Show. Your host, Noah Siali Kadima, and today I'm joined by my joinee. Ati Joy?
Jointy.
Jointy.
Yes, I'm Diana Mudega.
Yes, one Diana Mudega, who is also a host for the Shajara ya Mkulima that comes to you from here, Farmers Media, from 3 p.m. to
1 p.m.
Oh,
to 3
1 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Yes.
Masa, you say na nipeleka vibaya. And we're talking about money. We've seen that some of the things that you should do, make sure that you remember that there are things that you can do to make money, and there are some things that you can do not to make money.
And both are choices.
Your own choices as a farmer. Remember that we are still living in the pandemic era, and remember to always take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Jichunge unichunge. Take care of yourself, you take care of others as well. And a special message from Producers Direct is always wear a mask. And when you're wearing a mask, make sure that you actually wear your mask properly. You cover your nose and your mouth. Put it around your ears. Don't start wearing your mask like this, that you're protecting your mouth, unless your mouth is smelling. And then there's something else. Sometimes we put the masks under the chin. Word. No, you're not protecting your chin.
It is called face uplift.
Oh, face uplift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you are protecting your lungs. And the only way you can protect your lungs is by covering your mouth and your nose fully. So make sure that you actually do this. And remember to follow Producers Direct and Masico, who are actually working, dedicating their resources, time, and money to be able to make sure that you, as a farmer, me as a farmer, is safe, and they are helping us to know what is the importance of the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine, and how it can be able to help us. Remember to follow at Producers Direct and at Masico Agrifin to be able to just get to know how much, what are the plans, what are the programs that are actually there to support you as a farmer, especially we smallholder farmers in Africa. Back to the topic. Pesa. Let me tell you how I made my first 100,000 shillings for Kulima.
Kwanza hapo kwa biringanya hujatuambia vile.
Hiyo hata nayo.
Is it a heartbreak?
Hata nilitengeneza compost na manure na nilirudi nazo atriva my friend.
Like are you that type of farmer ukienda market upate prices is not what you went with, unarudi na produce zako?
I used to be like that 9 years ago, and that is why I'm here to tell farmers, don't do that. Don't do that at all. So we want to talk about an experience that I had, how I made my first 100,000 shillings kwa kulima. Na si ilikuwa kitambo sana.
Ulipanda gold ama?
Gold labda tu saa. Now,
okay.
The golden crop was watermelon, was capsicum.
Capsicum.
Nilitengeneza pesa. And when I made that money from growing capsicum, I have never missed capsicum on my farm, even today.
Layman's language, please.
Pilipili hoho.
Thank you.
Pilipili hoho. I'm not saying you'll make money from growing pilipili hoho. But what did I do right? I tested my soil. A standard procedure. I tested my soil, made sure, and then I disturbed. There's a lady called Michelle Award from Cropnas. Michelle Award, shout out.
Big up.
Yes, and I disturbed her because I asked her so many questions. I asked her, I am harvesting pilipili hoho. They're not growing as big, as fast as I needed them to be. And a friend of mine called Japheth Amanda, again, shout out Japheth Amanda. He's a brilliant guy. Japheth Amanda would, every Sunday, nikitoka pale kanisani, I used to pass through the agrovet in Kitengela, and then he would tell me, do this, take a photo, bring for me, and I see, I see how I can assist you. And it was a brilliant thing, because what happened is, later on, we realized that we were actually doing the rest properly, in the best way possible, and I started growing capsicum. I got the right seeds. There's a guy called Kalua. You see, I remember this our Tuangu one.
Because they made you.
He's also taught me how to set
100,000.
He actually taught me how to grow a
and
nursery.
What size of the land are we talking about here?
An eighth of an acre.
Eighth of an acre?
Yes.
Even my 1 acre was too
much.
No,
too much.
Actually I say that you can get 200,000.
It is too big.
Too big. That farm is too big to make such amount.
You don't start with 5 acres if you've never done it before.
Beginners.
There's a famous saying that says, if you want 9 children, there are 2 choices. You can either marry 1 wife and get children over 9 years, or you get 9 wives, 9 girls, ladies, and get 9 children. But you have to wait for how many months? Still 9 months. So what happened is that I got the best variety. At that time it was the best. It's just a local variety. It's called California Wonder. I bought it at 960 shillings, the seeds. I remember today. From a company that sells seeds. I propagated the seeds properly. I got close to 95% germination rate.
95%, that is, huh?
95% germination rate.
The good thing about testing your soil is like even there, when they are in the nursery,
yes,
the germination will be around
super.
90 to
even
98, even 100%.
Yes,
you have gotten the right seed.
Yes, especially if you get the right seed.
Yes. Ukaenda ukapanda alafu like especially this one for saga, sucha.
Yes.
Unapata 20% ndio suja. Hiyo ingine ni
malenge,
mchicha,
malenge.
Yeah. So, proper seed.
Yes.
That's the first thing.
Yes.
And then your soil is tested.
Yes.
100% or 95% germination.
And you're good.
You're good to go.
Kabisa. So what happened is that I got the seedling done right. And remember, capsicum pilipili hoho takes around 2 months, 6 to 8 weeks in the nursery. So I was told what you need to do, because your nitrogen levels are low. What you do is that plant kunde. Kunde legumes are actually nitrogen fixers.
Yeah.
So I planted kunde and harvested kunde and sold kunde within 5 weeks. So niko na pesa tayari. Kama niko na nini? Pesa mfukoni tayari hapa.
Pesa what?
Lakini si ile ingine, ile wale wa jamaa wengine. Yes, so I had money in the pocket already. Nikasema what I'm going to do is that I'm going to actually make sure that I'm actually
So did you use kunde to regulate the soil?
Somehow, but not so much, yes. Because it still takes up some things,
yeah,
but it helps fix the nitrogen properly. And then I treated the seedlings before transplanting. And then there was something that I used was called city shooter. Is it city shooter? City shooter. A good friend of mine, we call him General Samuel Gasheru, all the way from Stack Ayers.
You should introduce me to these people.
I'll introduce you. So what was I doing? I was actually making myself into like a business model to understand what can my soil grow well, and what can I get the best out of it. And when I was doing this, I was learning a lot. I was learning how to use the right fertilizer, how to use the right pesticide. When do you need? There was something very important that they called traps. Those traps. So those traps are very important. Now, there's something that you were mentioning about insurance. Before I continue.
Insurance.
Yes.
Farmers can also make money through insuring their crops. I think most farmers don't know that it is very possible to insure your crops. That you can insure your crops, and you can insure your crops against excessive exposure. That's one thing. Okay, the insurance, that is a natural thing. We don't dictate when rain will come, when it will not come. So some natural things like drought, you can insure your crops against. You can also insure your crops against insects and diseases. Those one you can insure. So you make sure that a lot of wind, like this time it is very windy. So if you know your area is very windy, you have planted your crops, you are likely to get this you can likely to get damages. So make sure you insure your crops. But don't insure your crops and then you neglect it.
Insurance in nani.
Yes. So the things that you will not get insured. I mean, you will not get compensated if you are going to if you set your this particular thing that it's almost there. Or set your
fire.
You set fire, so your sugarcane on fire.
You can hear your sugarcane farmers. You can hear your sugarcane farmers talking. How they do it.
So if the fire on crops, that one will not be insured. So negligence, and then you spray a lot. So unataka hizo pesticide una spray a lot inachoma crops. That one will not be insured. Huwezi enda pale. In fact, if you go there, they'll come and investigate and then see this one is okay. But so make sure that if it is about pesticide, that one will not be insured. If it's about negligence, or if you're not following the correct procedures, but if you're just there like natural disasters, wind, insects, diseases, those one can be covered. And
Basically, insuring your crop is not a business model. So you insure because you know that you are, the chances are you'll get the best maximum yields and all that. Do you know that some insurance companies, like in the US, they actually ask for a soil test before they insure your farm?
That's a very fair competition because
they're in business.
They're in business, so they want you to have the best. Actually, they're helping you in a way.
Exactly.
They're helping in a way because this soil test, it doesn't benefit them in any way.
No,
but you as a farmer,
it is yours. It is your soil.
It benefits you 100%.
Exactly.
It's your soil, it's your crops that you're growing there.
And it's not expensive. It is
not
a cost that you actually spread within 3 years. So make sure you also, where you're testing your soil test. And here I will say it because as learning how to be a soil scientist, I'm in the process, by the way.
You're in the process.
Went back to school.
Can I just ask you a question? Did you ever do farming before testing your soil?
Yes, for 8 years.
Yeah. How was the results?
I don't even want to remember the first 8 years of my farming. Make sure that you actually call Crop Nutrition Laboratory Services for you to be able to get your soil sample tested, collected, tested, and the recommendations given so that you can be able to make sure that you understand your soil. And make sure also, as we've mentioned before, the product that you use first to correct your soil, then to feed the crops. Make sure that is important. I want to talk about, I'm seeing that the time is out. We are actually on the way out. We want to talk about your business model. So there are 3 things that you have to factor in when you're actually doing your business model, Diana. First of all, understand that your farm is a business. So the only way you can be able to transform that farm, first of all, is to understand what are the costs. But costs are standard that can be reduced. We've seen you correct your soil, get the right fertilizer, do a lot of scouting, make sure that you are not overspraying. Remember that.
Yes.
And if you're spraying, know what you're spraying. Now we get into the
correct pesticide
exactly
from the correct
yes,
aggregate.
and being present. Don't be an absentee.
A phone farmer.
So you have to factor in three things. Number one, you have to make sure that you understand as a farmer. Are you growing for the wholesale market or you're growing for the retail market? Because your pricing model will be different, your packaging will be different, your quantities that you're growing will also be different. Because if you're growing for the wholesale market, you go full throttle, 5 acres. If you're going
That's
for,
wholesale.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because now you see you have large quantities. But if you're going for the retail market, reduce. So you do a split growing. You know, this month you grow probably an eighth of an acre or half an acre or a quarter of an acre, depending on the size of land. And then after 1 month, you do another one, so that you're harvesting throughout. And since you're growing for the retail, remember the retail price is a bit higher. So even if you have 100 kilos every week, and you're selling at 60 shillings, is better than having 1 ton and you're selling at 30 shillings. So understand whether you're growing for the retail market or for the wholesale market.
I think that's where the challenge comes in, because these farmers are just growing.
Yes.
Because they want, at the end of the harvest season, they're selling.
You want money.
So they don't even know that model. That's very important.
Yes, very
That
important
you
for you
know
to be able to do that.
where
Yes.
are you going to take your produce?
Yes.
Is it going as a retail? Is it going as a wholesale?
So understand and study the market. There's a friend of mine called Ezra Muinde, who actually has a very interesting thing called agri markets, you know, and Zia Sokoni. It's actually called Zia Sokoni. Very interesting. And we'll be having him in one of the shows in the Market Watch Wednesday shows. Then the next thing that you also need to do is that season versus year round. So understand your model. Are you a season based farmer, or are you an all year round farmer? Because that way helps you also to spread your resources, spread your risks, but most importantly, you can be able to manage your cost very well.
How do I know that I'm a seasoned farmer?
Because you say this, because sometimes your farm doesn't have anything.
Okay, so yeah, okay. If I'm not farming, I've just removed my crops, then I relax.
So you have to have a plan.
Okay.
You have to have a plan, and that is where now you need to make sure that you are using a credible farming software that can help you manage your farm properly. We'll be talking about that later on in the week. And so what happens is that when you have a plan, when you're in business, do you wait for your stock to get finished to go and restock?
No.
You have to check the stock levels and know
yes.
exactly.
Every time it has reduced, make sure you restock.
To a certain minimum,
yeah.
you restock.
Yeah.
So,
just make sure you have planned yourself if it reaches this, I have to restock. Don't wait. Farmers those people are coming, and then you're like, bado, and yes. Then you can get them.
Exactly. Yes. That's very, 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 absolutely very important for that. So make sure that you understand whether you're doing seasonal. You know, make sure when you're just about to harvest, probably even a month before harvesting, you have something in the nursery, so that when you, especially if you're leasing land, otherwise you'll be losing 2 acres every year.
Leasing land, that land is not yours. So make sure that if you're leasing, maximize.
Yes.
Ukitoa hii weka hadi ukirudisha hiyo shamba mwenyewe anaona
yes. Mpaka anasema ni kama hata mimi nataka kwanza kulima. Yes, exactly. So make sure that if you're doing year round, is always advisable, because you're in the market constantly. The buyers know you constantly. You know, you cannot grow the same crop year round, but you can actually alternate different crops, you know, smaller quantities, especially if you're doing for the retail market. Something else that you have to do is that you have to build a brand. You don't say, I am a farmer. Build a brand. Get a logo for your farm. Get a name for your farm. Develop a good marketing strategy. Connect to the audience. So go and check that. You know, the Brian Wender normally he always says TA, the target audience. So make sure that you understand who is the target audience of you are actually.
Who are you going to sell your crops to?
Yes.
Make sure that you get that particular people that they will be calling.
See, crops. You're not selling crops. You're selling produce. Yes. You're selling produce. Make sure that
you might be selling crops too.
Suppose
what if I'm selling seedlings? Are those not crops? Be careful with me.
So make sure that you actually do that, so that way you can be able to transform your farm into a business, and that way your passion is now transformed into your livelihood. This has been a Farmer's Breakfast Show, hot breakfast show, and we want to pass on some messages from people who care about you, people who actually care about you, Producers Direct and Mexico, have actually come out with a campaign. Later on this week, we will actually be doing a market storm together in Muranga County as well as Kiambu County, where we'll be talking to tea and coffee farmers about the importance of the COVID vaccine. Let us know what you'd like to hear from us more right here on Farmers Media, and we'll be glad to be able to be of service to you. Diana.
Yes.
So tuzindikize kidogo.
No.
Last words.
Last.
Yeah.
Okay, just take care. It is campaign period, and people are just like in crowds. So make sure that when you're in crowd, take care of yourself, mask up, and if it's possible, avoid those crowds. If it's possible, and as a farmer, make sure that your produce they are clean. And how are they clean? It's because you have been vaccinated, your health is okay, your family is okay, your mental well-being is okay. If you're sick, you're not okay. So make sure you take care of yourself before you take care of others. So
exactly. Thank you very much for joining me.
And before we leave, we have a proverb for the day.
Oh, what is the proverb of the day?
The proverb of the day, our producer is going to display on the screen right away.
Yes.
The proverb.
There's one. I will say that. I will actually say that proverb of the day. That proverb of the day was actually saying, if you see everything as if you deal with everything as a what? As a hammer.
If you have the hammer as the only tool.
Oh yes, if you have the hammer as the only tool to deal with your problems, then all your problems will be nails.
Yeah, so you'll be like
kila saa kitu ndogo unapiga, kitu ndogo unapiga. Yes. Thank you very much for having stayed tuned in to the hot breakfast show. Now you'll be seeing me early in the morning. Najaribu kuwa naamka mapema zaidi. We'll be coming all the way from Farmers Media. We want to thank our producers, Zaitun Ali, Masi Kemunto, and the team that has made this possible. We thank you. We love you all. See you tomorrow from Marsabit. We'll be actually broadcasting direct from Marsabit, where we are actually having a campaign that we are running together with Forgotten Bottom Millions, 4BM, who are actually having a campaign called Food to Marsabit. Thank you. This has been your host, Noah Nasiali Kadima, and
I'm Ben Amdega. See you.
See you tomorrow. Thank you.